So if you want to buy a MrFeedZ Neklace, the link will be in the description for you to buy it. And you can change colours, and you can change the chains, and you can also choose the quantity and pay with PayPal. Also, if you want to check out my apparel, the link will also be in the description. Use code HEAT16 until August 11th to get yourself a cheeky little discount of 15%. So hey guys, MrFeedZ here, and today we will be talking about one of the worst experiences of my life in one day, shortened to say, the worst day of my life. So it started normally, I wake up, look at my computer to see the comments, as like every day, and then I move my computer to the living room where I play my games, and as you know, obviously turn the Xbox One on and play on Black Ops 3, getting gameplays and thinking if it's either good enough or just to record, or just another gameplay with a mothership in, because, well, it might seem nerdy, but for the people watching my videos long enough will already know that I get motherships at least once every day, and this has been going on for 74 days, 74 days running of the time recording this. The time this will be up, it will probably be 75 or 76 running, so yeah, I get motherships every day. And then after my first game on that day, well, yesterday, because it was really recent, because it was only just yesterday, and I got my mothership, so that was the 73rd, but I look over at my computer for a minute, and I glance back over, and I see a blue screen, which is what I get when I leave the TV on and turn the Xbox off. So I look to the brick where the power goes into the Xbox, and there was no light, meaning no power going into the Xbox. And that means I can't play the Xbox One, so that kind of annoyed me. I called my dad, he didn't know what to do, he just said, wait until I get back and then I will look at it. So I was just like, okay. So I was waiting for an hour, and yeah. But that is one point at 2. But at 2, start of the day, it gets worse. So since I couldn't play my Xbox One, I go onto my iPad for about half an hour, play New Star Soccer, and turn my Xbox 360 on with Black Ops 2 in it. Played online for the best part of 3 hours, search and destroy. This kid wants to 1v1 me. So I was like, hell yeah, because I'm alright, Black Ops 2 sniping. So I invite him, joined, I started, we both spawned in, poof, they were gone. Disconnected because my internet turned off, and then it booted me offline. So I went on my iPad, it went green, meaning I can play it again. I connected to Xbox Live and it turned back to red, so I can't play online now. This was just past midday, and my dad wasn't home yet until 15 minutes after, when he came in for 10 minutes and the Xbox One all of a sudden turned back on so I could play it, but I didn't because I couldn't be really bothered. And the connection went green, meaning everything was back to normal when he was in the house, and I'm like, what? This happens all the time now. So he goes back out again to see my brothers, to spend time with them, and as soon as he leaves, about 5 minutes later, poof, the internet is off again. And this was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the internet did not turn green after that for about an hour and a half. It was just red, so I played Modern Warfare 3 campaign as I finished Modern Warfare 2 campaign the day before, because I had no internet on either of the days while my dad was out. So I was playing Modern Warfare 3 campaign and no internet. I get to the 3rd mission, my dad walks into my room, the connection turns green, but he also tells me we have to go to my nan's, and we didn't pack up. So we packed up, and then we packed up, and then, which was very stressful, and just to get to my nan's is 4.5 hours away from where I live, so that was even worse to think about after 10 minutes of packing and sorting everything out, putting the dogs in the car with all the luggage and everything in the car at once. It was a nice drive. We stopped off to get something to eat, going nicely. The food was good, as you might know. Everything was lighting up my day a little bit. But 3 hours and 30 minutes into the car, the lights in the car started blinking, as if to say something is wrong, and everything turns off, the speedometer, everything. But we were still driving. It was like the car was a ghost, and it was scaring me a lot. So much my dad, he was only worried about our holiday, which is 6 days away, which is 5 days away from recording this. And he had to drive this car to Wales to get on a boat to go to Ireland, which is our holiday, which I will be vlogging, by the way. So he was a little bit stressed out. Then the car started chugging a lot as well, so I felt like we were going to crash. I didn't feel safe in the car, and none of the electronics were working. We couldn't see how fast we were going, we couldn't see how much diesel we had left. So my dad decided to park it on the side of the road of a motorway or a freeway, wherever you're from, and looks around the car to see where the difficulties were. So he turned the engine off, opened the bonnet, and tried to start the car. This is where it gets painful. We broke down. We couldn't open the windows, couldn't put hazardous mode on, or nothing electrical was working. So my dad called the recovery service, and they said they will not be coming until 11:25 PM. The time of calling the recovery service, it was 8:40 PM. So around about 3 hours we would have to wait for a recovery, but something good actually happened. A quite close recovery service was nearby and came at 9:50 PM instead of 11:25. So this was really good, and the guy was really nice. His name was Graham, but he seemed like a nice guy, and sorted out what we could, and he goes and drops out. He just had to go and say that the alternator broke in the car, an hour away from my nan's, and this car was going to drive to Ireland. So my dad had to call my nan, ask her to pick the dogs up to take home, as the dogs need to be in the care of my nan, as we can't take them on holiday with us to Ireland. So she takes them, and we all go back home. So she takes them, and we had to go all the way back home, 3 hours and 30 minutes away. And since we were getting driven by a truck, it will take longer. So about 4 hours, no, not 4 hours, what am I talking? About 5 hours, which I can't remember, because it was really early in the morning when I got back. I think we set off at 11:45 PM, so I'd say 11:45, and then, yeah, which was annoying. So we didn't get home until 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had to help my dad unpack. So about 4:15 in the morning, I went to bed. My dad just, I don't even know. That's just my day. That's my day for you. That was how bad my day was yesterday. So, but anyway, guys, I'm MrFeedZ signing out. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.